The Beaches Habitat project planned for Mayport Road continues, though there are still some hurdles to clear. Weather cut short the 26-2 with Donna, and Atlantic Beach begins the process of replacing its city manager and city attorney. Welcome to the Beaches News Update. I'm Tom Patton. The Beaches Habitat project that would put 80 residential units at 201 Mayport Road near the flyover faced another hearing in a special called meeting of the Atlantic Beach City Commission Monday night, and the development still has some hurdles to overcome before people start building houses on the currently vacant property. At the meeting, which is intended to lead to a vote on the special planned area or SPA documents, as well as the 13 exceptions needed to allow the project to comply with the city's zoning laws, representatives from Beaches Habitat again answered questions about the development, with much of the discussion focusing on property values after the first residents have lived in the neighborhood for the required 5 years. Commissioner Jimmy Hill again expressed reservations about putting that many families and kids in an area with such high traffic density. Commissioner Jonathan Doherty asked questions about the appraised values and potential tax revenue for the city, and Mayor Carolyn Woods raised concerns about property upkeep and the possibility of some of the homes becoming rental properties when the initial residents were allowed to sell. The homes will sell for an average of $130,000 initially, and Doherty in particular did not think that they would hold that value compared to other similar housing units. While a vote was to have been taken on first read, there were sufficient changes made in the SPA document and the proposed waivers that a vote on first reading was delayed until the next regular meeting of the Commission, which will be held March 10th. At that same meeting, the city got its first look at timelines for hiring a new city manager and a city attorney. Kathy Berry, the city's HR director, presented the commissioners with timelines that would have had a new city manager in place by October, but no firm date for the hiring of a new city attorney. A search firm will be used for the process of hiring a city manager. Berry proposed that the firm be selected through an RFP process, with those proposals due on Friday, February 28th. A firm would be selected by late March, with interviews and contract negotiations being conducted through the summer. For the city attorney, proposals from individual lawyers or firms would be due by March 3rd, and Berry and the Commission would discuss and rank those proposals by March 24th. Those who score highest in the rankings would be invited to make presentations before the Commission. The process will be discussed again at the March 10th meeting of the Commission. Well, last Sunday, the Beaches communities welcomed some 10,000 participants in the 26-2 with Donna, an annual marathon to raise money to fight breast cancer, which is in its 7th year this year. The event was cut short by weather when thunderstorms moved into the area. Buses were dispatched to the course about noon, and at 1 p.m. lightning struck within 5 miles of the race venue, at which time officials closed the race. Several hundred participants still on the course were transported by bus to Mayo Clinic. On arriving, the remaining participants were presented with finisher medals and dry clothes. 26-2 with Donna will release the total amount raised after the close of fundraising. Projected race proceeds and raised funds are expected to pass $800,000, bringing the total funds raised to date above $4 million. And the top finisher completed the course in 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 43 seconds. State Senator Aaron Bean was the keynote speaker at the First Coast Republican Club at its monthly meeting last Monday. Bean outlined some of the primary issues that will be addressed by the legislature when it convenes next week. Among those are tax cuts for businesses, affordable college education, and job creation. Bean said Florida is number 2 only to Texas in job creation, and that for the first time in several years there's a projected budget surplus in the state of Florida. Bean also had good news about the ferry, saying he's working towards obtaining funding to repair the landings on either side of the river.
But we are back in line to get improvement money for both of the bulkheads on both sides. That's a $3 million per side, so $6 million. We may do it in pieces, but we're going to get back in line to make sure the capital improvements are there. So not only is it a safe ferry when you're riding across, but also safe when you're either getting on or disembarking. We'll make sure that's a great place too.
The legislative session opens next Tuesday. From the calendar, Saturday is a Great Air Potato Roundup, in which residents are asked to help remove that invasive plant and others from natural areas. At the beaches, volunteers are needed Saturday morning at 9 at Howell Park, at the corner of Palm Avenue and Magnolia Street in Atlantic Beach, and at Hanna Park. On Wednesday, Beaches Watch will host a panel discussion discussing proposals to withdraw water from the St. Johns River in Central Florida. The panel will consist of Dr. Quentin White of the Jacksonville University Marine Science Research Institute, Dr. Ed Lowe, Chief Scientist at St. Johns River Water Management District, and Mark Middlebrook of the St. Johns River Alliance. Beaches Watch meets the first Wednesday of each month at 7 p.m. at the Beaches branch of the Jacksonville Public Library. And next Friday, the Beaches Fine Arts Series will present guitarist and vocalist John Pizzarelli, who will perform in concert with UNF's Jazz Ensemble No. 1. The performance is at UNF in the Fine Arts Center at 7:30. The National Weather Service says the weekend will be sunny with highs in the mid-60s on Saturday and about 70 on Sunday, with a chance of showers by the middle of the week. The Island Times is always digital, always free at www.theislandtimes.com. I'm Tom Patton. Thanks for watching.